to be honest, we're gonna lie to y'all, I'm just not starting to film this part 2 of my story time, honestly. Because I know y'all see I got a whole nother color bonnet on. And plus I had to finish writing it. We're gonna just speed it up to when I went to my other doctor's appointments in Little Rock. So my second appointment wasn't no different, you feel me, than the first one, honestly. Let's go ahead and fast forward to the part that y'all been waiting for. Is my third appointment, but this time my appointment wasn't at the hospital. It was actually at my surgeon's actual doctor's office. We went in there, checked in, you know how we had to check in up there, like in Little Rock, or at his doctor's office. He had like a TV or like a computer thing mounted to the wall. So once you go in, you head to the right and you check in on a little monitor thing, and you ain't gotta go in there and just go you ain't gotta go straight to the desk. We went in there, checked in, sat in the weight room for about 20 to 30 minutes or so. We called us to the back, and this time I had to take x-rays standing straight up instead of me laying on that hard hospital bed, y'all. I had to stand up against the little x-ray thing with my arms. Arms was like this. I had to stand against the little x-ray thing with my arms out like that. So after they got done with the x-rays, the doctor came in first this time and pulled up my x-rays, and I seen a major difference compared to my first x-ray. Mine was like, it was way different than my first x-rays that I took. Like, you can tell, like, I already know where this about to go, you feel me? So my spine was similar to this picture right here, but way worse. I'm inserting the photo of what my spine looked like, you feel me? A big difference from my first one. My first one wasn't even curved like that. Like, it wasn't curved like this picture that I just showed y'all, honestly. Like, it was just curved a little bit, but you can tell like my spine wasn't actually, you can tell my spine wasn't straight, you feel me? But this time, y'all, a way big difference than my first x-rays. So basically he told us that I had to have surgery because later on down the line, my spine would have affected my heart and my lungs, and I could have passed away, you feel me? The nurse came back in there, gave us a surgery date. I was supposed to have my surgery in April of 2012, but I ended up pushing it to August in 2012. They gave us a list of stuff that we needed when we get ready to, you know, leave the hospital with them. Let's move forward to August, you feel me? We had to go to the hospital the day before I had surgery for pre-op. I had to go get some blood drawn and stuff, you know, to get prepared for the next day, you know. So after we got done doing that, you know, we had to go back to Magnolia. So we did a turnaround trip. So we had to go back home, wait on my dad to get off from work because he ride with us. Fast forward, we left the house around 2 a.m. in the morning, made it to the hospital at 4 because I had to be there at 5:30 to get prepped in for my surgery stuff. But my surgery, I'm lying now. They actually didn't do my IVs until like I got in the surgery room. So my surgery was at 6:30, but we actually made it, I'd say about 4. We made it probably like 4 o'clock, to be honest. So we made it whatever. I got out the car and I just automatically just started crying. Like, I just broke down all of a sudden. I just told my mama and my dad, I was like, you know what, at this point, it is what it is. Whatever happens, I don't care. I just want to go home. And I know that sounds crazy, you know what I'm saying, but I was scared, I was nervous. That was my first time having surgery. Like, I ain't never in my life had surgery before then, honestly. So it helped me to stay motivated through this tough time, you know what I'm saying? So they lifted my spirits up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So the lady came in there, opened up the x-rays, those, but before I went in there, you know, I had to take out all my jewelry because, like, when you're having surgery, you can't have no jewelry on, you can't have no bras with no wires in it. You're gonna have to take all that off, you know what I'm saying? The lady came, opened up the doors so I can get ready, and when I got back there to put my gown on and stuff, they gave me some pink liquid stuff. Like, it was bitter as freaks before I had surgery or whatever. And I ended up throwing that back up, you know, because basically I'm the type of person, like, when I get nervous, I either get dizzy, I throw up, or my hands will start like shaking like this. When them doctors came in there to get ready to roll me to the back, that's when me and my mom both started crying. Like, that was when my heart dropped to my behind, literally. When they came, you ready? I just automatically started crying. Me and my mama. My daddy and my mama kissed me on my forehead. We told each other I love you. And that was about it until I woke up. I was in surgery for about 8 to 10 hours. Honestly, they had to end up cutting me back open, taking a bone out my hip. I know y'all asking like, why did they have to end up taking a bone out my hip? It's because like I could have lost my leg. Thank God that I didn't. I had to get screws, rods, and a plate on my upper right side of my back. For them screws and them plates and them rods on my back, I cannot be outside when it's light, because I remember when I was outside where it was light one day. This was like a long time ago. Back then when I was sitting on the porch, it was light so bad, y'all. I had to stay in one spot for at least about a minute or two. And it seemed like it really don't hurt until it started raining. Fast forward, when I woke up, all I remember me saying like, I want my mama. And I remember them asking me, what's my mama's name? And I told them my mama's name, and I ended up falling back to sleep. And I woke back up again, and I was in the recovery room, and they was taking the tube out of my neck, which I didn't even feel a thing, you feel me? I'm gonna insert the picture right here so y'all can see, like, y'all probably ain't gonna be able to see the tube that I had on my neck, but I still got the little mark. I still got the little mark, but y'all can barely see it. I had a lot of IVs in my arm. Falling back to sleep again, and this time I was in the room that I was gonna be in for the days I was in the hospital. You feel me? The nurse came in there, they took my Catherine, whatever how you say that. I ain't never know how to say that word. Every time you pee, it'll go in that little plastic bag. I was asleep when they did all that, but I was up when they did my IVs, and I didn't even feel my IVs. I did not feel them doing my IVs. I didn't even know that they was actually doing my IVs. But she took it out to see. And then they helped me up to see if I can use the bathroom and stuff like that. But they said if I couldn't use the bathroom, they would have to end up putting the catheter back in me. And I wasn't having it, but thank God I didn't have to get it. The next day they had me walking a little bit up and down the hallway, or until I feel like I couldn't do it no more. So my back won't get stiff from laying in the hospital bed. The third day they had me walking again. After that, they came in there and told us that, you know, we can go home. I was trying to like get up out of there because I don't want to be stuck in the hospital for 3 days. Plus that hospital bed was hard. Pillows was flat as all I know. Time where my mama ended up calling the nurse or whatever, and the nurse came in there. He helped me up out the bed, and I mean my surgery was still fresh. Like I couldn't move on my own. You feel me? I couldn't get up on my own. Of course, I needed that extra push to help me up. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the nurse came in there and he told me, like, basically, if you don't help me get you up, I'm gonna have to snatch you up. So my mama had looked at her. She was like, oh, what you say? If she don't help me up, I'm gonna have to snatch her up. My mom went off, y'all. Anyways, after they told us that we could go home, she came in there. She had it. My mama the discharge papers, and we basically, you know, she rode me to the front, me get in the car, and we head back to Magnolia. And fast forward, we made it home, and as soon as my mama and my neighbor helped me in the house, that's when everybody on my street just came over there. And around that time, I didn't feel like talking to nobody. I didn't feel like having no company, none of that. All I wanted to do was just go in the house, sit down, because my brother, he had to end up moving my bed from my room to the front room so my mama can be closer when she walking out her room, because how our house was where we stand on the south side. Okay, when you walk in though, you walking straight to the front room, but when she coming out her room, she directly in the front room, if it makes sense. You know, all I want to do is just sit down, wait till my brother put my bed in the front room so I could just go in there and just lay down. You feel me? Because that's all I wanted to do. Plus my back was stiff due to that long ride. It probably didn't feel long to nobody else, but I promise you it felt long to me. It did. Okay, so after my brother got done doing all of that, they helped me to the bed so I could lay down. And around that time, I really couldn't walk on my own. So my brother literally like stayed off from work for a whole week to help my mama so she wouldn't have to take care of me by herself. So let's fast forward the medication. Let's fast forward to the medication situation, y'all. Now, the medication situation, man, they put me on some, some Oxycontin. And when I tell y'all that medicine had me going buck wild, that medicine had me going going buck wow. I'm talking about talking to anybody crazy. I'm talking to the nurses crazy, my parents crazy, and there's something you don't do, talk to your parents crazy. I'm talking to my parents crazy, everybody that came over there, I was talking to them crazy. Honestly, like that medicine had me going buck wow, like mouth, no filter, none whatsoever. I might was on some medicine, but I remember everything I said. I even told my dad, I was like, listen, you know, you get on my nerves, so you go home, you feel me? You just go home. I'm talking about talking to my mama crazy. I can tell her go home because she stayed, you feel me? I'm talking about, y'all, my mama had to end up calling them so they could change my medicine. I'm talking about that medicine had me having them crazy old messed up dreams, like my family ended up getting killed and stuff like that. And I just didn't claim that negative energy, you feel me? So my mama had to end up calling them, asking them can they change my medicine, and they ended up changing it and prescribing me some more type of medicine to take, and it was actually way better because honestly, the oxycontin, it didn't do nothing for me. All it did was make me have a messed up attitude, and it didn't help me for pain, honestly. It didn't. But the other ones, it did. I don't even remember what the pills actually was, but if y'all ever been through this situation, like any type of surgery, it don't gotta be the same exact surgery I went through, but if y'all ever been through that and y'all was on the same type of medicine I was on, let me know, like, did it have y'all same stuff I was doing? Like, did it have y'all attitude like messed up like mine? Because I promise you, they had my attitude messed all the way up. Like, they end up, like I said, they end up prescribing me some more pills. But I went through a lot with this surgery, y'all. I'm talking about, like, lost the appetite. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about, like, I'm telling y'all, I didn't eat nothing. Everything I ate, I throw it back up. But for the people that actually been through this surgery stuff, y'all, like the spine surgery, did y'all like experience like the loss of appetite? Because really, I didn't eat. Every time I tried to eat some, I end up throwing it back up. I tried to eat some chicken noodle soup, and I end up throwing it back up. But honestly, like, I couldn't eat nothing till like, the day I really didn't eat nothing till like probably like the middle or the end of September. Honestly, some people might think I'm lying, but I swear to God, I'm not lying. I couldn't eat nothing. I'm talking about, I went from literally like I was 188 when I went to the doctor. I was 165. I tried to eat a little something, but everything I ate threw it back up. But I ended up going to the hospital, and you know, so basically, honestly, y'all. Okay, so I ended up going to the hospital, y'all, just for them to tell me to take Tylenol. Nah, mind y'all, bro. Still to this day, I ain't never know you can take Tylenol for an upset stomach. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? I'm trying to tell y'all, the hospital down here, if you go in there, your eyeball about to fall out. They gonna tell you to take Tylenol. Tylenol, I guess everything just... Y'all remember that girl off Everybody Hates Chris when her mama came in there and said Chris got hit by a car? She said, oh my God, get the Robitussin. That's basically what the hospital do with the Tylenol. And let's fast forward to my birthday. My birthday came or whatever. I'm gonna insert a picture of my dad had ended up ordering pizza and stuff. I invited my cousins over there to sit with me outside. So about 10 or 20 seconds later, I started feeling sick all over again. So I was like, okay, maybe my body doing this because I'm not eating. Like, but I can say, like, I was drinking plenty of water, but it's like, you know, when your body needs food and you're not really eating like that, you know, like, you're starting to feel like sick from it. So I had to end up going in the house and laying down, and I fell asleep, woke back up, wasn't feeling no different. So I ain't eat none of that food, that cake, or nothing. Honestly, my perspective is, I think I was moving too fast, knowing dang well I was supposed to be on bed rest, but I could not lay down because there was also in my back stiff, and the person I am, I just can't lay in bed all day because they're just not me. Fast forward to the next day. So my dad ended up coming up there so we could go on our daily walk so my back won't get stiff from laying down all day in the bed. I felt better than I did on my birthday, honestly. I felt better, it's just my appetite night. Wasn't back yet. So okay, fast forward again. So I don't want to make this story too long. I went back to my appointment in October of 2012 and I had to take a breathing test. I forgot to tell y'all, when I was on bed rest, I was actually doing homeschool for a minute and I honestly didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like no teacher coming out to my house, but glad it's in the past. But I ended up starting school the same month that I actually went to my doctor's appointment, but I didn't have to go a full day. I only had to go a half a day. So basically, you know, everybody else that got out at 3:15, I had to get out at 2:50 every day that first semester, but the second semester I can start back going a full day. So let's talk about my experience. My experience, it wasn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that was bad was changing my bandages, stiff back, laying in the hospital bed, honestly, and the loss of appetite. But other than that, it wasn't that bad as I thought it was. Though what I can say is so thankful that, like I say, I'm so thankful still to this day, because when I had surgery I was 13, but I'm 23 now, about to be 24. Yeah, there by the grace of God, you feel me? Because without him, nothing is possible, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, because like it actually could have went left. And I'm thankful that my mama ended up spotting that knot when she did, because if she didn't, it probably would have ended up being a lot worse. But my perspective, I believe I had scoliosis ever since I was little, honest. But like my parents said, when I was a baby, wasn't nobody for to come on me then. Thank you to everybody that, you know, was around me that time, you know what I'm saying? This is all for this story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that bell. Matter of fact, punch that bell so y'all won't miss out on no bangers from me. And also make sure you follow me. Follow me on all my social medias. They will be in the description down below. Make sure y'all follow me on my main Facebook page is Rochelle Foster. You can also follow me and add me on my backup Facebook page, which is Queen Rochelle, and I will follow and add y'all back. Let me know what other type of videos y'all want to see from me. If y'all been through this same condition that I was in, let me know. Did y'all have to end up having surgery, or did y'all have to end up wearing a back brace? My free gang, I love y'all, and I will see y'all Wednesday. And yeah, peace.
And I'm catching feelings, baby.